here to bring you to a magical world. A world where you may be blessed by the gods, or cursed by the demon lords.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is the Metatron speaking, and today we're going to talk about LARP. So why don't I play LARP? I mean, you know that I'm a huge nerd for history. I'm a history buff. I love armors, I love weapons, I love knights, I love everything that is feudal and medieval. And on the other hand, I also like role-playing games and video games. So why am I not a LARPer? Why don't I play? Well, see, I've got two problems with LARP. One is a major problem as far as I'm concerned, and the second one is a minor problem. So we will begin with the minor problem and get rid of it very quickly, and then we will focus on the main one. My minor problem is the way LARP is organized here in my town and in my region, you see. Because as a matter of fact, I know that quite a lot of you probably are into LARP, maybe not a lot, but some of you are into LARP. I know for a fact that some of you are LARPers. And please let me tell you that this video is not in any way an insult to you or what you do. If you enjoy what you're doing, please keep doing it, and you have all my respect. But of course, I still want to share my honest opinion, and I want to tell you why I don't think that LARP is my cup of tea, I'm afraid. Because you see, what is LARP? LARP is live action role-playing game. So you've got a game where the characters or the people, the players, actually act out the actions of their players. So differently from a table game where you just everything happens in your imagination, or perhaps in best cases using miniatures. In a live action role-playing game, you actually do those things. So you dress like your characters. If your character is an elf, then you buy those, you know, elven years. If you're a warrior, you get to wear armor, to wield shields, to wield swords. So it sounds as if it's an upgrade and an actual better version of table role-playing games. But is it really? So what is my background experience with table role-playing games? Well, I have tried quite a few, because I used to play role-playing games. Now I don't much because I'm a bit too busy with my job. But when I was younger, particularly when I was a teenager, I used to play loads of different role-playing games. I tried Dungeons and Dragons, the very first edition. Then we moved to Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Then we played Cyberpunk 2020. We played The Call of Cthulhu. And as a matter of fact, I'm a big fan of Howard Philip Lovecraft, and I've got quite a few of his books, and I read his novels. We tried Blade Runner, we tried the Lord of the Rings one. I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Gersa, maybe? I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah, the Lord of the Rings one. We tried the Warhammer role-playing game, because we also played the miniature game. So I've tried lots of different kinds of role-playing games, as well as even vampires, both the medieval one and the modern one. So yes, I love role-playing games, and whenever I do have a little bit of time, occasionally we do try and play a few sessions with my friends. So if I like role-playing games so much, then why not LARPing? Well, there is one big difference between live-action role-playing games and actual table role-playing games. In table role-playing games, you have no limits to your imagination. First of all, as far as the setting is concerned, because of course, in both cases, it tends to be a fantasy setting. But the thing is that in a live-action role-playing game, of course, you're limited to the places you can use. And whereas in an actual table role-playing game, you can have dragons flying, you can explore worlds and lots of different things. And of course, in video games, you actually see some of these things. But that's not really my major concern. And this is why I don't actually consider LARP to be an evolved or better version of table role-playing games. I actually have to say that you can't really compare them that much. They've got the same name, role-playing game, but they are two completely different experiences. Also, the character you're going to play, in a live-action role-playing game, you're actually limited to your own body size, to your experience. You can't really be an amazing knight if you don't know how to fight, okay? Or you can't be a huge barbarian if you're 4 feet tall. Mate, don't you mess with me, or I'll call my barbarian bodyguard.
Yes, they better not mess with me.
But that's not the reason why I don't enjoy LARP. Two reasons. I take issues with the rules of the game. And this is why I say that this is really limited to my own area. Perhaps in your country, I don't know where you are, whether you're in Germany, America, England, wherever you are, perhaps in your country the rules are different, and then I would enjoy it. But here, this is how things work. The minor issue I have is that they force you to start from a very low level character. What that means is that even if I actually own armor, I can't use it. I have to play for months and actually start with nothing but clothing and a dagger. Now already this one takes out the fun for me, because hey, I want to play, can I be like, can I use my plate armor, can I use my mail armor, can I use my samurai armor? The answer is no, unless you actually find it in the game within the lore. So you just have to wait until an adventure comes that the game master will actually let you find, and perhaps you will find first just the helmet and then just one piece of it, and it will take months. So this is already something that's sort of discouraged me, because I was all happy with the idea of, hey, very nice, okay, I'm gonna wear my armor, I'm gonna have fun with you guys, but you know, using a dagger, I don't even have a weapon. And why I even said it like the game master, okay, right, I start with a dagger, fine, can I ask one of the other characters in-game to give me a longsword? And he's like, no, you've got to do this and do that and do this mission. So this is already something that put me off. But of course, this has to do with the game master rather than the actually regulations or the whole concept of LARP. And I understand that. So this is why this is the minor issue. The major issue is combat. Now, I understand it's again a fantasy setting, so you know, I shouldn't expect the combat to be exactly as a HEMA tournament, right? But this is not my problem. The problem is that, let me tell you how the rules work, how combat works here, and then you can tell me in the comments below if you've got the same kind of rules, but I honestly doubt it. Because if they are, then I wouldn't understand how you would manage to enjoy it. Here I am, I contacted this group of lads and girls, very nice people, okay, I'm not saying I have nothing against them, but I contacted them, we became friends. It's a group where they play LARP all together, and they invited me, of course, and then I went there and they said, hey, let's try some combat. I'm like, okay, sure, so we teach you the rules. And I'm like, yeah, good, can I use a longsword? They're like, yes, oh, nice, nice. So I take a longsword, one of these foam longswords from Kalimacil, and which I actually like, and I think I will get for my own sparring with my friends, but that's beyond the point. That's besides the point. So then, here we are, standing one against the other, and they start telling me the rules, and they say, okay, Raf, so this is the first thing, you can't hit the head. And I'm like, what, sorry? You can't hit the head. I can't hit the head. Like, the head is one of the major targets of weapon-based martial arts, and I can't hit it. Like, no, for safety reasons. Wear a helmet, you know. If people in HEMA, people in Kendo, people in fencing, they hit the head, you know, hit each other with the head, and they don't use foam weapons anyway, so it makes no sense, just wear a helmet, protective gear. But they're like, no, these are the rules and you can't change them. Okay, fine, so just my 3 years of Kendo just have been completely nullified, because of course, yes, I understand the Kendo's targets are the door, the kote, and the head, but let's be honest, I think that out of 100% window of possible targets within Kendo, I would say that 50% is head attacks, 30% is hand attacks, and maybe only 20%, if not less, is body attacks. Probably is even less than that, like maybe 35-15 for the last two. But definitely the men is the main target. So if you don't allow me to hit the head, this is already a big problem for me. All right, that's fine. Okay. Then I thought, well, since I have received some training in fencing, you know, épée, then I said, well, fine, I'll use the sword like a, you know, sort of fencing style, like this or like this, and I'll do this. But and then he comes with the second rule, and he's like, oh no, you can't stab. I can't thrust. No, thrusts are not allowed, you can only cut. Goodness gracious, fencing is out. Kendo training is out. This is already a big problem for me, but this is not it. This is not it. Here it continues. I'm like, okay, let's try. So we try, and I don't do very well because, you know, yes, all the rest of the body's target, but we start fighting, but I'm very, very limited. So we fight, but I think I lost like 8-2, so I didn't do very well. And then I said, like, okay, then there is no point for me using a sword. How can I use a polearm? And they're like, yeah, sure, you can use a polearm. Good. So I take my spear. We try again fighting, and I win 10-2. I'm like, oh good, yeah, fine, okay, I'll stick to the spear. So then they start telling me, okay, but you have to be careful, because if you use a spear, you can't use a shield, so it might be a problem if you get like arrows and things and magic thrown at you. I'm like, hold on a second, why can I not use a spear? Of course I can use a spear. Spear and shield. And then, no, spear and shield is impossible. The spear is a two-handed weapon. The spear is a two-handed weapon. Yeah, fuck ancient Greece and the hoplites, right? I mean, come on, just give me a break. Let me use the shield and the spear. That's good. I've got good defense, and I've got my, you know, I can do my phalanx things, and we can all do it together. No, it's impossible. That's against the rules. Because otherwise the spear will be too overpowered. Yes, because spears were overpowered. Otherwise they wouldn't have used them in battle. But fine. Okay, fine. No hits to the head, no thrusts, no spear and shield combo. But it doesn't end up here. I'm like, fine, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna armor up. That's before I knew that I couldn't actually get my armor, but I thought, you know, fine, I will armor up. So how does armor work? And this is how armor works. This is where I lost it. This is where I lost it. What happens if I have full plate armor? If I have full plate armor, I get 3 extra hit points on my arms and whatever location of the body where I'm wearing armor. So then we start fighting, and I'm like, okay, let's say that I'm wearing armor. Right, I'm wearing armor, so then we're trying. You're starting fighting, and they tap you with a sword, like ta ta ta. Ah, you have no armor on the right arm now. Point number 1, cutting makes no sense against plate armor. Point number 2, what is the purpose of wearing armor if that's so easy to get rid of it? I mean, you just tap him 3 times really quickly and the armor is gone. Why wearing it? Since it's metal, so it does, make it a bit more uncomfortable. At least doesn't slow you down that much, but it does, you take so long to wear your armor. Never mind having to get it with months of gameplay, and then it's something you go, oh my goodness. When I heard this, I'm like, I can't do this, lads. I'm sorry. And then the cherry on the cake, the frosting on the cake was this last thing where I saw an actual magic user, a wizard, cast spells. And I was imagining all this cool thing when they had to do, like, I don't know,
Missoris lividis fabilus filomis, lanarus lightning bolt.
something cool. No, this is how they do it. They get these little pieces of paper, I don't know what they have, and they just throw them like this. Magic missile, fireball, lightning, magic missile, fireball, lightning. And then I'm like, okay, right, I've been toasted. I'm sorry, but this is not a system that I can enjoy. I understand it's a game, but a game needs to be fun, and I don't find it fun at all. You're getting rid of all the fun of combat. Magic is not cool, and armor doesn't make sense. You have just taken out the 3 things that I mostly enjoy in role-playing games. So this is why, as far as I'm concerned, I am never gonna try LARP here in my town. I wonder, however, how LARP works in your town or in your country. Let me know in the comments below if you're a LARPer, and also what kind of combat rules you have, and if you actually think that the combat rules you have in your country are fine, or if you, like me, actually find some areas that you would rather change. Okay, well, this was the topic today. This is what I wanted to talk about. This is why I don't play LARP, and I actually refuse. Still, the guys are very nice, but I refuse to play LARP because it doesn't. I prefer to meet with my friends and do some proper sparring, increase our real skills, and and when we play, we just play table role-playing games. So perhaps I might one day try to organize my own version of LARP with my own rules, which will actually make sense, because the guys are nice, but the rules are stupid. Alright, so this is the opinion I wanted to share with you, and I hope that you enjoyed it. I thank you for your time and for supporting my channel. Okay, lovely, now it's time to close this video. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll tell you what, I'll call 2 of my friends. They're not LARPers, but they're nice people. One is Russian and one is Sicilian. You already know the Sicilian one. So, let's get them. Possiamo un attimo accendere l'audio e arrivo.
And remember! Quanti followers tu hai? Quanti followers tu hai?
114.000?
E io sono senza make-up.
Dai, stai benissimo, ok.
Io devo dire The Metatron.
The Metatron, esatto.
Ok.
Vai, Sa.
Ok.
Posso?
Conta fino a 5 e inizi.
And remember.
Mettiamoci così che vai, 5.
And remember.
The Metatron.
Ok, facciamo. Chuck 2, vai, Sa.
Yeah.
Don't laugh.
Vai, Sa.
And remember.
The Metatron.
Has spread his wings. Goodbye. Spasibo.
Spasiba.
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 Ok, va bene.